Shut up, guys. Hey. Welcome to this mommy. Hey.
Can you hear me?
What? No, I can't hear you.
I'm not on.
Oh, good. All right, guys, I'm solo today. Hi. You're working now.
I'm just doing background stuff today.
Yeah, I was wondering why I wasn't working earlier, but then I didn't care.
What up, peeps?
Whoa, that's loud.
Yeah, it is.
Peeps, it is not close to Easter.
Beautiful Saturday. We missed last week. A lot of shit going on right now. I don't normally work with unemployed people.
Well, I mean, the unemployment, I haven't been the issue. I'm going to put my foot down. I have not exactly had a
We've
lot
only missed 1 week.
I haven't, well, yeah, but we've only done like 2 in the last 6 or something is
No.
the problem. Oh, yeah, believe me, I've heard complaints. I had a call yesterday where I was a complaint.
We've only missed 1
They were
week
excited,
twice.
this person's like, I was expecting your job update every week, so I didn't have to fucking call you and ask you about it on the podcast, but then the podcast stopped coming. I'm like, well, it's not me. All right, I'm unemployed. I'm a loser still, but exactly, I'm a loser, so I got nothing to do.
Well, no, I don't think we've done that little.
And all those medical appointments we used to have, those went out the window because I don't have insurance. So we just
I think we've
canceled
done,
those.
I think in the last month or so, we've done one, skipped one, done one, skipped one.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So that the math works out.
But that's not going to happen
no, we're gonna
too
try,
much anymore.
We're going to try to get it together. But who cares?
Yeah.
They
who
were
gives a
fine.
fuck?
No one cared.
Who gives a flying
No one
fuck?
cared. I mean, they cared, but they didn't care. You know, past that time. But that's about it.
So for any of those of you out there that are wondering the job updates, the process is still turning. The wheels are turning.
Oh, no, I'm not going to talk about it on this show or anywhere else besides if you talk to me personally. But yeah, it's still going. I'll work there again. I'm not worried about it. I'll have a job. And if not, then I'll have another job. I'm thinking about selling real estate. I'm thinking about becoming a truck driver. You know, I'm thinking about all sorts of things. So who knows?
I'm thinking that right now, real estate's not a good option.
It's actually a great option. What are you talking about?
Next week will be a great option. Next year will be a great option.
But the bubble's going to burst any time.
And the interest rates are ridiculous, and you can't find a house.
People are still buying, though. That's the thing.
The whole point is they're saying by November of next year, the rates will start coming down again.
That's what they're saying. There's a lot of professionals that think that it's never going to happen again, that this is just the new norm for real estate.
Yeah.
So, I mean, and that's a lot of times what they do, or maybe they'll go down just like a little bit. It's like the old gas trick where like you have $1 per gallon. All of a sudden they go up to $3 per gallon. Everybody's like, fuck! And then they go back down to $2 a gallon. Everybody's like, yeah, there, here we go.
But they still got you for an extra buck. But in the end,
they got you for an extra $1. So that's probably what the real estate market will do eventually.
You know, the real estate market, I used to do it years ago. I had a license. I worked for my buddy's dad doing commercial stuff. But I'm sure it's still an ample way to make a living. I'm just saying I don't think it's ever going to be like it was, 2-3 years ago when.
Well, I ain't trying to get rich.
Because right now they're saying that all private homes that are fucking going up for the market are just being bought up by these private investors.
Yeah.
Buying them all.
Turning them into like Airbnbs and shit. Like, how many Airbnbs do you need, though? I don't know how that's profitable after a little bit.
Well, and a lot of them are holding on to them, saying, hey, the market sucks. We're just going to hold on to it for a year, turn around, make $80,000 on it or whatever.
Well, a lot of times, the Airbnb market's set up where if you can rent it out for a week out of the month, it pays for the mortgage by itself. Yeah. So anything else is just cake, and you're just getting money back on your investment in the meantime.
Hey, I've got a real problem with Nate and Matthew.
All right, we're talking about small guy or big guys, small hands on Nathan, and then Matt just big everything.
Yeah.
Maybe not dick, though. We're not sure.
And this is really, this bothers me. This pisses me off. This questions my friend's sexuality to me.
Oh, they fucked in front of you?
No.
Okay. Well,
but here's the deal. Because of my sexual exploits, some people might say that I do some creepy stuff.
Well, you're a creep, yeah.
No, I'm not a creep.
Yeah,
okay, no, see, and I'm going to start questioning you too now, if you're going to start talking like that.
Of my sexuality because I call you a creep?
Yeah.
Okay, go on.
Here's the deal. I'm on the game yesterday, me, Matt, Nathan, and young Chai. Okay? Mm-hmm. And we're sitting there, and the Reds are getting no hit on this TV, and on this TV, you got the Olympics. And I said, hey, by the way, I had a nice boner yesterday.
Uh-huh.
And Nate and Matt go, oh, really? What was it going on? I said, dude, women's water polo. They have these underwater cameras. They're all wearing thongs. Uh-huh. So when the underwater camera goes on, all you see is 2 really nice asses like bumping into each other. Okay. And I was like, and they're like, God, you're so creepy. And I'm like, why is that creepy?
That's creepy.
It's not creepy.
Yes, it is.
You got 2 toned, athletic women
when you're
showing me their butts, and their butts are jiggling and bouncing around. Why is that creepy? To me, that's normal heterosexual activities.
Because normal people don't watch water polo for the bouncing. Normal people don't watch water polo, but normal people don't sexualize every little thing.
I sexualize it if your ass is out.
Well,
if your butt is out, I'm sexualizing
They're
it.
in the water.
I realize
you want them to wear jeans?
No, but the whole point is they're not wearing regular butt covering.
I don't know what they wear. I don't watch
They wear fucking thongs, and if they don't wear thongs, they turn into thongs.
So you think Matt and Nathan are gay because they don't get boners watching water polo?
They said that's creepy.
Yeah,
and
I agree.
That's not creepy.
Yeah,
that is normal fucking sexual behavior.
Normal people don't get boners watching water polo, dude.
If you would have seen the scene that I saw, you would have. And I'm you know what? Fuck that.
No, and it's one thing too to like.
Fuck that.
Okay, it's one thing too to say like I'll watch. I won't watch it. By the way, I'm not. See, that's part that's creepy too. Is I'm not sticking around to watch a sport I don't like just because there's a couple asses that are or whatever. Like I'm not watching sand volleyball either. And those girls,
that's the best.
Their girls are so hot.
That's the best. That's spank material.
But what I'm saying is most people aren't getting. Even if you find the fact that it's attractive or whatever, normal people aren't getting boners during it. Like that's there ain't many people at home watching the Olympics with boners. That's all there is to it. I think that's what makes you the creep.
If that's my thinking, if that's your thinking, you should say, "Well, I don't get a boner from it." But to throw the word "creepy" in there to me is an injustice because
was she on the game?
No, it was me, Matt.
Okay, I was going to say, because that's also creepy if you're just talking about your boner in front of some girl.
And then my twin was sitting there, or Kazel was sitting there.
Either way, you're all dudes.
Kazel was sitting there, all dudes, yeah. And no players. And I'm sitting there going, and they're going, oh, that's so creepy. And I'm like, hold on a second. I was like, coming from, people that don't have as much sex as I do, in some cases, very little. Why is that creepy? I'm like, I see two toned, athletic women with great bodies, and I see two bare asses going.
I don't know, dude. I'm just saying, if I walk by,
that's a boner.
If I'm just, let's just say there's some weird world where you can walk by a whole row of apartments and see right inside everybody watching TV, all right? And I walk by this family and they're watching TV. This guy's watching TV. This girl's watching TV. This guy, they're all watching the Olympics, whatever. And then I see you on the couch with a boner watching water polo.
First of all, I don't sit there. It's not like I was stroking my dick to it.
I was sitting there. I think you're creepy.
And I was going, flip, ooh.
And you got an instant boner?
No, I'm not saying I got an instant boner. It's not like a water polo, doing. It wasn't like that, but I found it very erotic, and I was stimulated by it. Now, let me go ahead and paraphrase. Mm-hmm. It was more Matt than Nate.
Yeah.
Nate just went and did this. Matt used a creepy word, and I hate that creepy word.
I know you
because
do.
To me, it's sexually. Let's put it this way. Okay. Let's say I'm watching water polo or the boner of the month, the high jumper who went over the thing, and some guy snapped a perfect picture of her going over this thing, and it was basically a piece of dental floss going down her crow. Okay, the whole point is you got a perfect toned body. If they would have said this 18-year-old athlete is amazing, all thoughts gone. This girl was 26. Boner. The two girls playing water polo, one was late 20s and one was mid 20s. Boner's good.
Well, you're ruining my kind of how I was aiming for this whole show to be with the Olympics.
Creepy is if I knew they're underage, because you're kind of. I don't do that.
They're kind of but okay. So what do you think? Were you offended as a Catholic about the opening ceremonies?
No, I was not. I didn't understand why they would do that. Paris. The guy in Paris says, "Oh, we're just trying to promote inclusion and all that," and I'm like,
"Oh, which part are you talking about?
The Last Supper?"
Okay, yeah, but it wasn't the Last Supper. You do realize that, right?
Well, yeah, but that's what their Catholics are saying it was.
Well, yeah, because
that's
they're
what
dumb.
The Christians are
that's
saying
because they're dumb, right? I mean, they're not smart people. It was never supposed to be the Last Supper, and who gives a shit if it was? Because we've seen that a million times. You look at that last Sopranos thing, was Tony being Jesus. You know, there's been a million of them. Yeah. You're okay with that? You're okay with Tony being Jesus, guy that went out there and killed people and shit?
Bottom
Tony
line
Soprano,
is these Christians just aren't okay with transgender people.
Well, there was no transgender people in that ceremony.
There was transvestites.
I guess there was people, but it was supposed to be representation. No, it's supposed to be representation of the Greek culture back in the day. You know, back in the day when they had plays and stuff, none of the women weren't allowed in that shit. It was men dressed as women. Yeah. That's all they were kind of doing was what they actually did back in the day when the Olympics
That's not what
happened.
the guy said. The guy that actually put the show on said, we're just trying to show the world that we're all united and everybody's welcome and there's a place for everybody. Well, he hinted towards the fact, and this is the guy that arranged the show. He hinted towards the fact that no, we just want to show that trans people are welcome in our events.
Yeah. Can we all agree on one thing though? Why are these so-called manly man Christians that are all worried about that watching the opening ceremonies of the Olympics? There is nothing more gay in sports than the opening ceremonies of the Olympics every single time. It's gay as shit.
It's walking out, holding the flag.
I will stick to the fact in general, if you're watching the Olympics, now you're kind of ruining my point, talking about all your boners, but in general, the Olympics is a gay event.
Oh, I love the Olympics.
Oof. So I think maybe there might be an age thing too. I'm not sure, but with that being said, the only people I know that really are into the Olympics are women and gay people. I don't know many manly football guys that are worried about the Olympics. Now, they might watch an event or, like, I hope the
they'll
basketball
watch
teams,
basketball and baseball,
shit like that.
And they'll watch the track.
But in general, this is not a sport, or this is not an event for sports fans. This is just like a world event. I think it's fucking dumb. It takes up 2 weeks. That's fine. My wife's loving it. She's all into it.
Well, I enjoy it because they're sporting events, and I like to watch sports.
I know, but it's the worst kind of sporting events. And it's all bullshit. Like that 3-on-3 basketball, we have 3 white guys out there. What the fuck's going on?
Yeah.
Why are these guys on our team? They're not the best basketball players we can put out. We can put out a hell of a 3 team.
Oh, you know what? Remember earlier when I was on Matt for the creepy thing? Mm-hmm. Now I'm on Nate.
Okay.
Because I disagree with this. Now, first of all, getting back to what you were saying, father of a trans person, I found nothing offensive. The only thing I didn't get is why it was thrown in there.
Now, people are just looking to be mad.
Yeah.
That's all it is. This world's all about culture
I hate the
wars.
fact that they're offended by anybody that looks or resembles trans, because I hate that, because ally here. But I just don't understand what it had to do with the Olympics.
The opening ceremonies never have anything to do with the Olympics. I mean,
but
when have they ever? I mean, if you watch all history, it's just whatever. I remember China or Japan did them last time, and it was just like fireworks and cool shit like that. Like, this is France. They're fucking weirdos. What do you expect? This was they're doing their form of art. Their art sucks. Everybody knows France sucks. No one's over there defending France. Who gives a shit?
But guess what? France was selected as the host of the Olympics.
And they do what
they want to do.
And they did their thing. You know, and their thing's gay. Duh. It's France.
All right. Well, here's the Nate fuck you. Okay? We're talking about that Algerian female boxer.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to get into that. I want to talk about her, too.
She's not trans.
I know.
She was born female with a disease that produces extra testosterone. My point is, she has every right to fight in those games.
Yeah.
Nate disagrees. He goes, no, she failed last year at some World Cup because she had too much testosterone. I said, not her fault. She's not shooting it.
No, it's not her fault. Apparently, this is a semi-normal thing that a lot of people would never even know that they could go their whole life and not know that they have this. Women can. You know what I mean? There might just be a little bit bigger.
But she decided to be an athlete.
But she got in athletics, and she's a big girl. You know, it's illegal to be fucking trans in Algeria, where she's from.
Yeah, she's not trans.
They would kill her.
Yeah.
All right? This is not something that the Algerians are cool with.
Yeah.
So, she can carry a baby. How many men can carry babies?
Right.
I mean, that's always been their argument, too. Like, you can't carry a baby, like a woman. You know, shit like that. This can carry a baby.
I think she should be allowed in there.
I feel so sorry for this person, this girl. I feel bad for her because she worked her whole life to get somewhere. She's got there, and because of a genetic fucking deformity, basically, the whole world, or not the whole world, but half the world is now just completely shitting on her.
Nate's in that half.
I wouldn't be surprised if this woman kills herself. You know what I mean?
Well, she's going to win a gold medal, probably.
Maybe. I don't know. She's never won before. That's another thing.
That's the thing. She doesn't kill everybody.
She's probably going to lose.
Yeah, she doesn't kill everybody.
Never has this happened where it's the best.
But my whole point is the fact that she didn't inject steroids, nothing. She was born with this condition. She is a born female. There is no reason whatsoever that she shouldn't be allowed to compete in these games.
No, I totally agree with you. I mean, okay. I agree with you, and I kind of have an argument on the other side, but it has nothing really to... Here's the thing with things like this. It is a slippery slope because it's a combat sport, all right? And although she is female, was born female, all that stuff, she does have natural testosterone, has an advantage by the way her body is. And it's one thing if you're running and jumping and doing that shit, but when it actually involves power that you do have an advantage because of the way your body was set up over the other women, I do understand the argument. I understand it, but I don't know what you do because there's not enough people where you can make a fucking hermaphrodite basically section of the Olympics. You know what I mean? So, and then if you put them on the male side, well, obviously they don't have all the advantages the males have either. Right. So there's no real equal playing field for these people.
If she stepped in with any male boxer, she's out cold in 2 seconds.
Yeah, exactly. Now, I understand the argument on that side, transgender or not, which is, it's not. Let's throw that out. For anyone that stands transgender, you're a fucking moron. Knock it off. But I do understand the argument of someone like that in combat sports, but I don't know of an ethical way you could go about placing those rules in. You know what I mean? Like, it's such a slippery slope with that. If this was, like I said, if this was the hurdles, who gives a shit?
But I mean,
you know what I mean? Like,
take early 90s when Mike Tyson was knocking out the best fighters in 45 seconds, like what he did to Spinks.
Yeah.
Should they have been able to say, well, he's just so much stronger than me?
No, I mean, you could do that. Every single person that's ever won the Olympics probably has some kind of genetical advantage. Doesn't Michael Phelps have some kind of weird system inside that helped him? Like,
and nobody squawked about that.
Yeah, like, it's just, but it gets different when it's gender, I guess. But the thing is, I guess it depends, too, on how you define. That's the thing. These fucking morons out there are all of a sudden changing the way they define this. Now, all of a sudden, they're looking at chromosomes like they know anything about that shit. Now, all of a sudden, we got all these fucking experts on chromosomes out there.
We got a bunch of doctors out there.
We got a bunch of doctors that are figuring this shit out. Because it used to be like I said, the old argument, can't have a baby, born with a dick, shit like that. Well, this, born with a vagina, fallopian tubes, the whole thing.
Has a period.
Yeah, it has a period. All that stuff. But for whatever reason, has dude chromosomes. I don't understand it. I'm not a fucking doctor. But do you realize?
But look at it the other way. Let's say hypothetically, there was somebody that was like the fucking guy. This is not the same, but it's the analogous I can find.
Yeah.
This guy was born with MS or cystic fibrosis or whatever, and he won that American Ninja Warrior thing. Okay. What if people had said, he shouldn't compete. He was born with a deformity. Not a deformity that helped him. Mm-hmm. He didn't choose his deformity. Like this girl didn't choose to have this fucking disease.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, you were born with something that produces extra testosterone. You're not allowed to do anything.
Yeah. Well, the thing is that she didn't know that until she was like 18, 19 years old and was getting tested.
And she was lifting weights.
And the only one that threw her out, like that's another thing, is they're making a big deal because she was disqualified from something like 2 years ago. This was some like shady Russian boxing commission. Like this wasn't some like big deal. This was just some bullshit.
Because she tested too high for testosterone. But, like I said, it wasn't injected.
No.
Her body
produces it.
So what I'm saying is you take some of the top athletes ever, you can't tell me that in the case of someone like a Mike Tyson or something, that his body didn't produce more testosterone than mine.
Yeah,
he killed people. He was fucking monster. He killed people.
Yeah, they used to take his blood and inject it to people with low T.
Right. I mean, Bones Jones. Something, that guy's body grows differently than mine.
Yes. Every single peak athlete has genetic advantages. That's
why they're the best.
Yeah, it's literally going, I'm going to sue the NBA because I'm 5'10" and fat and they won't let me in.
Yeah, exactly. The whole point is when you get to that level of being the best, either your muscles produce faster than mine, they grow bigger than mine, you're quicker, you've got a fucking tighter tendon somewhere that makes you run faster. I don't give a fuck what it is. This woman didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah. Again, if you come at me with the argument that, the high testosterone should disqualify her, I understand she's a female, but she does have an advantage and, but then we can have a conversation. I respect that opinion. I see where you're coming from. I don't know if I agree with it. I'm not a fucking scientist. I don't know enough about that stuff, but at least I can take your opinion and go, all right, you're putting some thought into this. But if you just come at it, transgender, tranny, go fuck yourself. You're just an idiot falling for fucking other idiots' bullshit.
And if you can prove that she, in any way, shape, or form, took supplements to make the testosterone grow, then kick her out.
No, yeah. If you found that she cheated, that's fine. Yeah. I get it. You know what I mean? Like that's all. Yeah. The idea that people are like, well, next thing you know, guy in a wig's gonna be out there. You're gonna have a fucking, name Aaron Judge is gonna be out there in a wig doing this. No, that's not.
And that was so funny because
idiots.
The first meme that started going around was Mike Tyson with a big red wig on. Said her next competitor is Michelle Tyson from the U.S. it's not even close to being the same thing. And the thing about it is, like, I get a little why people think the way they do, but even thinking the way you do, you still shouldn't agree with it. This woman didn't do anything wrong. She was born a woman. She's competing as a woman, and she's not cheating. What's the fucking problem?
Now, what you're doing is
And like you said, she's probably not even going to win.
How old is she? You know, you're put the whole world is ganging up on someone that's probably in their early 20s from a small little fucking town in Algeria. You know, that just. I just feel so bad for her.
Yeah,
I really do. I feel bad for her.
Because she won't even be given. She's not given any credit when she wins.
No.
Oh no, you should. Like the poor Italian girl on her knees. That was the picture that was all over the world. I've never been hit that hard.
To
My
a
nose
certain
is
extent.
broken.
Now, this girl, if she played her cards right, could turn this into a career by just embracing the lefties. You know what I mean? And going and doing the tours and the speeches and stuff. But I don't think she's capable of that. I'm not sure. I don't know anything about her. But
I'd never heard her talk or anything.
They said she's from like some fucking farm town in the middle of nowhere that just did nothing but train boxing.
Who wanted to be a boxer. So she started boxing. Hey, next thing you know, she's lifting weights. Hey, how come I'm getting so big? You know what I mean?
Then apparently she's strong.
Yeah.
You know, there's all of that girl that
and all they're showing is that poor Italian girl on her knees. I have never been hit that hard.
Well,
my nose is broken.
How many times have people been in a UFC fight and someone hit them harder than they ever hit? Of course, you're in a professional fight. You're in the Olympics.
And the coach going, my boxer's nose was broken. You're a boxer.
Exactly. You're a fucking boxer, and I've never been hit that hard should be said by every single person in the Olympics.
The girl from Serbia.
You've worked your whole career to be in the Olympics. That means you're the tops in your country, right?
Yeah.
So of course you've never been hit that hard because you haven't fought the other tops.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, fuck you.
And the thing about it is, like, the girl from Serbia, either she just fought her or she's getting ready to. The girl said, I'm going to fight her. Mm-hmm. But they filed a protest before the fight even started. Mm-hmm. She goes, but I'm going to be there. I'm going to fight her.
Well, see, again, I don't know if I am against that point of view, because if I'm that girl and I see someone loaded up with testosterone over there too, whether it's her fault or not, I'm thinking, hey man, I don't got that. So I understand the competitors thing. Now the little bitch from Italy, like, who cares? Yeah. You just came off.
All I'm saying is that it sucks if you're one of her competitors. You're probably going to get beat. You're probably going to get hurt a little bit, but the bottom line is she didn't cheat, and it's not her fault.
It's not her fault. Stop shitting on her. Yeah. It's not cool. But let's move on to funnier things. And I know I have a hero this week. Do you got a hero by chance?
A hero? Yeah. No, I don't have a hero.
All right. Well, I got a hero. Oh, maybe. Oh, that's not a hero. Cool song, though.
That's Jason's hero. And you guys say that I'm twisted. That's his hero.
I need a hero. Holding out for a hero till the morning light. He's got to be strong, and he's got to be fast, and he's got to be larger than life.
I need a hero. All right, my hero this week. First, let's say this segment is brought to you by Matt Plink's Handyman Service. That's right, Matt Plink's Handyman Service. You can give him a call at 859-242-9863. Matt promises no bullshit. He's fast and efficient. You give him a call. He can fix anything in your fucking house, and you know you need it.
You did promise to do that.
You know you need it. But yeah, call Matt. So here we go. I'm gonna I'm gonna make more ads. I'm gonna get us going with some ads. I don't know if we'll make any money for it, but whatever. Who gives a shit? I want to go sniffers.com.
But he's not your hero again.
No, he's not my hero.
Oh, okay.
Oh no. My hero is a completely different beast this week. And you know, I use this hero term very loosely, as we know. And this person's a hero for different reasons. Not a hero to me per se, but just a hero to the world for being there. All right, I picked up this guy from Uber, and he worked at a nursing home. And we're talking for a while, and apparently this nursing home is for people that are out there. You know what I mean? You know, the senile, the just dementia, dementia, just Alzheimer's, out there. Yeah. And he was telling me about this old woman there. She's 93 years old, and they continue to have issues with her. Now, you would probably never guess the issues. Guess the issue. What do you think the issue would be?
She's trying to screw all the guys.
No.
See, that's where my mind goes. Well, she's got Alzheimer's. Could be a number of things.
Well,
she poops on the floor.
The problem with her is she makes the dominoes disappear. You know, they have a lot of dominoes there. I guess the old people played the dominoes. Well, this lady, she has a very strong passion of taking these dominoes and sticking them straight up her pussy. All right. This 93-year-old woman apparently had to go to the hospital a couple weeks ago to get 9 dominoes taken from outside of her pussy. And ever since then,
Well, she's losing her mind. I mean, you got to feel sorry for this old lady.
Of course, sure. But apparently he says she loves it and she talks shit about it when they're not there. Like, you know, when she walks by or they walk by her little room or whatever, she's like, where are the dominoes? And like harasses them constantly and they got to keep the dominoes away from her. And she will go out of her way to find them.
If this guy's a hero for doing what I think you're going to say.
No, the girl's a hero. The girl's my hero. Any girl that's providing this entertainment, all right? This is entertainment for everybody besides the person who has to fish the dominoes out of her pussy. That might be a little bit different, but everybody else enjoyed their day a little bit more. Don't tell me if you're working at the nursing home and you go into Donna's room and Donna's got 9 dominoes up her pussy and she tells you about it with this big happy face, that didn't make your day a little bit better. You know what I mean? Your day improved. She gets to the hospital. That nurse is cracking up. Those intake people are all cracking. Like I said, everyone's cracking up besides the doctor that has to, and maybe even him. You know what I mean? He's pretty immune to this kind of thing at this point. He's seen everything. Maybe picking dominoes out of a pussy of a 93-year-old woman at fucking 2 a.m. is a good time for him. So
you're inspirational because I just came up with a hero based on the same exact thing.
The same exact thing?
Almost.
Yeah. See, I people that improve other people's lives are heroes to me. And you might not think putting dominoes up your pussy on a fucking Tuesday night is going to improve anyone's life, but you're wrong.
See, I thought you were going to say he's the hero, like he anonymously left a dildo outside of her room.
No, she's not interested in dildos. She wants she said it's only dominoes. She's like, this is all that and she's been doing it for a while apparently. And they've had to like hide the domino, like she's known for it throughout she loves it.
Barbara, where's my fucking dominoes? All right, so here I got a hero, same thing, because this woman had me laughing my balls off. Pick her up. I'm Ubering. She's at a doctor's appointment of some kind. So I pull up, and the name is like a young girl's name. And I'm thinking, I got a young girl coming. Yeah. Well, out comes this old lady with a fucking one of those walkers that you fold up that they all have now.
Yeah.
And she gets in the car, and I'm sitting there. She puts the walker in, and she gets in the front seat, which was weird. She goes, do you mind if I sit up here?
I hate it, but go ahead.
And I'm like, no, it's okay. She's a woman's got a walker.
Yeah, the walker, it's not a big deal.
And it's so funny. I'm driving her somewhere in
hide my drugs
Fort Mitchell, Kentucky. Fort Thomas.
Yeah.
And she goes, I said, so where are you headed now, honey? You got another appointment? She said, no, I gotta go home. I live in a senior center. I'm like, well, probably nice, right? And she goes, it is, but the fucking people. And she said, fucking people. Said the fucking people drive me crazy. They're all old and fucking weird. And she said
how old is she?
She's in her late 70s, early 80s.
I love when old people call other people old.
And it's so funny because I'm laughing. I'm like, all right, I can cuss now in front of this old lady and she'll laugh about it. So she goes, yeah, there's only like 20 guys and like 500 women. I said, ooh, odds are good there. I made a joke. I said, maybe I should move in there. And she goes, you do not want 90-year-old pussy. I promise. She said this to me. And I said, you don't think? You don't think they still know how to fuck? And she said, it's got to be dry, right?
Well, yeah.
She said, it's got to be dry. And I made a joke. I'm like, so they're all 90? They're all dry? And she goes, well, there's a couple of us that are a little bit younger. But she said, you want nothing to do with me. I wear a fucking diaper, for Christ's sake. I never laughed harder in my life. You don't want nothing to do with me. I wear a fucking diaper, for Christ's sake.
She ain't wrong.
And I'm laughing. No, she ain't wrong. But I was like, that's probably the fucking coolest old lady I've ever fucking met in my life.
You think there's a guy out there that's taking diapers off to fuck someone?
Guys that took their diaper off to fuck someone.
Okay, you're right.
You know what I mean?
There's been diaper removal before
It's pretty hard
sex.
to throw stones when you got a diaper on yourself. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like that Saturday Night Live, oops, I shit my pants thing.
I just feel like once you're wearing diapers, you need to retire from the sexual world.
But it was so funny because this lady was funny, and you knew that when she was younger, she was funny.
Yeah.
But she was so fucking bitter. She hates old people, and you could tell.
Oh, most people.
They're all fucking weird.
Most old people are bitter.
She goes, all they do is fucking hit on each other, and it's fucking gross, and there's only like 20 guys, and there's all these women. 90-year-old pussy is dry. I wear a fucking diaper. The whole laugh. Right. I was laughing my fucking balls off. When I did something I rarely do. When we pulled up to the fucking house.
You fucked someone your age?
I got my ass out and I got her walker out for her.
Oh, there you go.
Here you go, sweetheart.
Yeah, I rarely do that too.
I don't ever do it. But this woman made me laugh. And she made me laugh for a good hour afterwards. I was thinking, you don't want shit to do with me? I wear a fucking diaper, for Christ's sake.
I had one yesterday that had a walker, or no, a wheelchair, because this lady didn't have one leg. One leg was fake and one leg wasn't or whatever. And she's out in the middle of nowhere.
How do you fit a wheelchair in your car?
She didn't bring the wheelchair.
Oh, okay.
So you get to, she's with this guy that something was wrong with him too. You know, and not mentally, you know, not physically.
Yeah.
All right. Cause she's getting in the car. She's like, ow, you're hurting me. You're crushing me. And this guy just goes, phoo, threw her in. She flew into my back seat like this. She's like, you just stop it. She's screaming at this guy. And this guy just walks around, gets in the car and just like, hi, man. You know, like all happy to see me. Meanwhile, this lady's just like on the screen. He like pushes her up and she sits there and bitches at him for it was only like a 5-minute ride. It was one of those crazy surges where I think I made like $30 on this ride, but I only drove like 6 miles.
Like last night?
Yeah, it was last night. So then we get there. I've taken him to Kroger. Get the Kroger. The guy goes and gets the wheelchair. And then the same thing when he got her out. She's like, careful, you're hurt. And he's just like, ah! Slams her into the wheelchair. She like falls off back. And I guess he had put the purse on her purse on top of my car because as soon as he closed the door, I start driving away, and then I see him
running after the car,
and my mirror going, ah! And he starts slapping my car because I'm slowing. He grabs the purse and he opens my door. He's like, I'm sorry, and then closes the door.
So he was retarded, is what you're saying.
Something, yeah. It was some form of mentally handicapped. Let's just say that. But it was so fucking funny because he was manhandling her. And when he's getting the wheelchair, she's like, all these people moved in with me in 2020. She's like, if I can just get them out. She's like, I had, 12 people moved in with her. And they just had this little house. She's like, in 2020, and they've only got, there's only like 6 left or something like that. She's like, I almost got them out. And you can tell this is one of them.
They're all family members, probably.
I guess.
Distant
Yeah, she just
family
felt
members.
bad for them or something like that. But like I said, it was like in Walton, Kentucky. It wasn't a nice place. It was, but dude, the way he fucking just shoved her in there and she just like, ah! I had the hardest time keeping it together.
I'll tell you what, I was laughing at some poor bastard last week. I don't know if I told you this story. I picked some guy up fucking 9 o'clock in the morning. I got out early because I wanted to be done early. Mm-hmm. Picked this guy up in Ludlow, Kentucky. Mm-hmm. Young dude.
Well, those white trash shits.
He was black.
Oh, they got black people too, but yeah.
He was going to the airport, going to Vegas.
Or some nice place.
And he was all excited. He's going to Vegas, blah, 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 blah. And it was right after that computer thing that fucking killed all these fucking flights.
Yeah.
So anybody that was going to the airport that day, I said, hey, man, have you checked your flight? Is the status good? You going? Because you might get there and they say your flight's canceled. This guy goes, no, I got the email, I got the boarding pass, everything. I'm good. So we go that back way to the airport, that windy hill through Bromley and all that. Mm-hmm. I get him almost to the edge where we're about to turn on Airport Row, and he goes, hey, man, can you take me home? I'm like, why? He goes, my flight's tomorrow.
Oh, my God.
He didn't even know it.
What a fucking moron.
He just looked at his boarding pass, and it was the next day. So I said, yeah, I'll take you back. I said, but you got to put this as a stop and, your destination there.
Yeah.
I felt bad for him, but I was like, no, not my fucking problem.
No.
That you can't fucking read and you don't know what fucking day you booked your plane flight. Another guy I picked up the other day, last Uber story because it gets boring, but picked up this fucking big, huge, muscular dude. He gets in the car. I said, hey, whatever his name was. He goes, man, why you got to mention my name? And I went, what? And he goes, every time somebody picks me up, they say my name. Why you got to say my name? I said, to make sure you're the one who called for the lift. Mm-hmm. He goes, all right, man, I just don't like that when people say my name.
What a weirdo.
Yeah.
I would have said,
I'm like, hope to God this is short fucking ride.
You know what I would have said? I don't know, maybe because he's big muscular, I wouldn't have. But normally what I would have done is like, what's that street name? Vine? Yeah, that's where I'm leaving you. Get out.
I've kicked people out before.
I'm not dealing with you.
But the whole point is
bitching at me
this
before
guy
the
was a
ride even
monster,
starts.
and I'm like,
yeah, that guy might have just shut up. Then.
Thank God he was only going a few miles,
Yeah.
and I'm sitting there going, driving like Bill Hicks.
Psycho.
Yeah. Why you gotta say my name,
My
man?
name.
I don't like it when people say my name.
People are so fucking nuts.
Yeah, and then, with the shit that happened to me a month ago or whatever with that gun, I'm real cautious about who I pick up these days. So I'm driving, all of a sudden this name comes up, Ghost Baby.
Oh, I'm picking up Ghost. Ghost Baby's the name of a bar.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. It's a nice bar, actually.
Oh, really? Because I didn't pick him up.
a nice.
I thought it was
dude,
like
Ghost
some
Baby's
kind of
the sweet. It's like underground and shit. It's fucking awesome.
Really?
Yeah, it's a sweet place.
See, I thought that was the name.
No, that's the name of a bar.
Well,
That's
Ghost
hilarious.
Baby didn't get a ride
Ghost
from
Baby
me.
would have scared me too if I seen it. Like,
Yeah.
ooh, Ghost Baby. I don't know.
Yeah,
If
I
want to
picked up
Ghost
some
Baby.
street name.
I
Stone Cold Killer. No, no
I
thanks.
see. I pick up Stone Cold Killer if he's going to Hyde Park. Like I judge people by where I'm taking them. I don't. Your name can.
I
be,
usually do that too.
Yeah, I don't care what your name is. If you're going to a certain area, I'm not going. For one thing, and I've been doing this now full time basically for a month, and I have crossed over west of 75 maybe 3 times. I just don't go over there because let's face it, most of the fucking shitty areas are over there. You know, Central too sometimes, but I try to avoid certain areas of Central too. But either way, and I found that you get in and out quicker, and I'm making more money than I would probably. So
You were part of my conversation last night. I was driving and I picked up somebody. It said Sutton.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know exactly where Sutton was, but it sounded familiar.
Mm-hmm.
And because I've been driving up the street for 4 years.
yeah.
So I pick them up. They came from the concert.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy hot girl. And well, that's another thing that pissed me off. Every girl had the same outfit on. The Daisy Dukes, the black boots, and the cowboy hat.
Oh, from
So-
the Luke Combs concert?
Yeah.
Yeah. They all wear the same.
They all wear the same thing.
Yeah.
So I picked them up. Cool dude.
Mm-hmm.
And this ridiculously hot girl with bottom ass sticking out all over the place. So I pick him up and I said, man, why do I know the name Sutton? He goes, oh, it's over there by fucking, by Riverbend.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So as I'm driving, we're shooting some shit about this and that. And he goes, you don't know the area that well? I said, well, I'm from the west side. He goes, oh, you're one of those west siders, huh? I said, my buddy Jason, I said, fucking gives me east side, west side shit all the time. And I said, he goes, well, yeah, I'm going to give you some too, you fucking asshole. And I was like, no, I think you guys are all a bunch of meth head hillbillies. And he goes, hey, he's laughing, going back and forth. Well, turns out the girl, the smoking hot girl, lives a block from me on the west side. She goes,
really?
hey, I'm a west sider. I said, where do you live? She said, I live in Dent. I said, oh, me too. Then they started going back and forth. He goes, she said, you're a bunch of fucking hillbillies. And he goes, you're white trash. And she goes, well, you're about to fuck white trash then. And it was going back and
I'd be
forth.
happy.
They lived right up the road at Sutton. And as soon as I dropped them off, ding, ding, ding at Belterra Park, going to Florence for $37.
Yeah, no one cares.
Yeah.
No one cares.
But no, let me just tell you, I am totally in favor of all the Luke Combs outfits out there because these girls are fucking
Let's
stunning.
get into that a little bit. So
So hot.
the contrast, let's call it. All right. So last weekend in Cincinnati was the Cincinnati Music Fest, formerly known as Cincinnati Jazz Fest. Everybody in Cincinnati knows it. And I never know how to put this because people are always asking me, or, when I'm driving around, what's going on downtown? And I tell them Cincinnati Music Fest, or like, it's white people. They're like, oh, I never even heard of that. What was it? And you kind of just, it's a black event. I don't know how to say it without sounding racist because people,
It's
I
a
don't
black
know.
event.
White people are weird when you're together and you're not racist. Like, if there's a racist guy in the car and I said that, he would just go straight, I hate it. But like a non-racist, we all dance around it because we don't want other non-racists to think we're racist. We don't know how to say it properly.
Yeah.
But that's the truth. It's a black event.
Totally.
All right? And that's what Cincinnati Jazz Fest is. And last weekend was a fucking party downtown.
Oh, huge.
A party downtown. I made good money last weekend. I'm making good money this weekend. But so the money's been about the same. But the contrast in the way that white and black people party is completely different.
Oh, it's a different
because
animal,
the
yeah.
Luke Combs thing, the concert happened, the traffic happens, blah, blah, blah. And then an hour and a half later, the streets are empty again. All right. Everybody's either in a bar or they're home. You drove around downtown at 1:30 last night and it was empty. You know what I mean? Besides the bars, and you pick people up in, certain areas. But if you just went down, let's say 5th Street where there's no bars or anything, it's dead. There's no one around. Last weekend, it was a party from Paul Brown Stadium to about 8th Street.
Yeah.
Every street was lined with just people walking through the middle of the street, drinking, just walking around with bottles, drinking.
Yeah.
Food trucks, just not food trucks like legally, but food trucks would just pull over to the sidewalk and just set up. It was crazy.
Well, you were allowed to walk around with the drinks. They had the roads closed off, and if you were inside that barricade,
No,
you
this
could
was
walk.
outside the barricade because that was only like a block that was going
okay.
on. They had what they call Black Taste of Cincinnati on that block. So this was not that block. This was everywhere. They just the difference, I guess, is a lot of times with Jazz Fest, people don't even go to the concerts. Aren't that full, really? If you looked at Paul Brown Stadium, you're like, it doesn't look.
Yeah.
Where last night, if you looked at Paul Brown Stadium, every seat was fucking full.
Yeah.
It's not the concert; it's the event for that, I guess. But all sorts of people that aren't even part of the event come down to it to party,
Well, they
didn't
set up-
buy
they set
tickets
up-
to the event.
booths all over the place selling clothes and shit.
Oh,
like
it cracked
this,
me
you
up.
know?
But they had such a great time where boring ass white people go to the concert and they go home. I enjoy the black people better. That's all I'm trying to say. Like, I enjoyed the atmosphere of last week. Now, I guarantee you most people would have scared the shit out of them just because if they see a bunch of young black people walking in the middle of the street, they get nervous and shit like that. But
there was absolutely no violence at that jazz fest.
there was no violence reported. Carmen told me the same thing. She's like, I didn't see anything on the news about anything, and that's awesome because I did think there was some shit going down. I was at the old Southgate house in Newport, and all of a sudden, shit tons of young people started running. So I didn't, and then I pull up a little bit further, and there's cops, there's dogs barking. The cops have the dogs and shit like that.
So something was going
on.
on.
I thought something was going on, but apparently nothing.
Well, I will tell you this:
probably just underage drinkers.
The other day, I got a call. I was in Norwood, and I got a call to go to Avondale, and I literally pulled up to pick this girl up, and her and another girl were just fucking duking it out in the parking lot. I'm like, see ya.
Yeah, no, I'm not picking up the fighters.
And she even did this. She even waved at me.
As
like,
a
here
fight
I am.
was going on?
Yeah, her and this girl were fucking going at it. And there was two guys trying to pull them apart, and they were just beating the shit out of each other. I'm like, no, no, not today.
I don't know how I would have took that. Well, with your recent history, I probably wouldn't have done it. But
oh no, there was no.
But
option.
me, like, it would be fun to get the story. You know what I mean? If it's separated, but I'd be afraid that she hops in the car and then that couple or whatever starts shooting at you or something. But you never know.
I take no risks.
Yeah, I ain't taking that risk. Not for fucking $6.
But what is cool is it seems more people are going to Lyft from Uber because I'm getting a lot of really quality fucking rides now.
I do both, like I said, and I'm not picky, and they neither have offered me a bonus in 2 weeks, so I've been doing whatever pays the most.
Yeah.
And Lyft has been better every day besides last night. Last night Uber was a lot better, but in general, Lyft has been more consistent. Yeah.
I will just say that the dinner that never happened is on temporary hiatus, but I am meeting with them next Saturday.
Oh, you got a fuck date next Saturday?
I do. Nate's with the nightgown guy, but they're not doing the dinner thing.
Well,
they're just coming to town for that. Nate is going out of town with his mom. Mm-hmm. I got Saturday free. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm there an hour. You know what I mean? It's not like it takes up my whole night. But, the nightgowns will be in full force. And if he wears one. Last time he didn't wear one. A pair of boxers and a chick's blouse. So next week I'll have a good fuck story for you, hopefully.
Do you think she picks out his outfit? That has to happen, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's her thing.
I think she does.
You think that's her thing?
Yeah. I think once they the Google Map says welcome to Cincinnati, she's the fucking boss.
Yeah, I don't get it, man. I'm trying to figure out that relationship because they both obviously get off on it.
Well, absolutely.
You know, she's putting on special outfits and stuff, then this is her thing too.
Yeah, they go at it after I leave, is what they told me. Just like the couple. Hey, didn't tell you this.
Hey,
my original cut couple, the ones they moved to Franklin.
Yeah, they moved back.
No, they're moving away.
Oh, permanently
next summer.
Yeah.
So they said, and here's what's so fucking cool about it. They're moving to Florida. Mm-hmm. He's moving his job there, whatever. Going to Florida, she said, hey, what do you think about once every few months we fly you out there for a day? I'm like, done. Done.
Isn't that international sex trafficking?
No, I'm not being paid.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
And no one's being paid. The whole point is, I think what's going to happen is they're going to get there. And, I've been fucking with them for years now.
Yeah, that's the OG, or OCs.
Yeah, OCs. Original cucks. Yeah. And I think what's going to happen is they're going to get out there, because we do have a good time. Her and I do. Mm-hmm. I don't see how he does, but...
He loves that wicker chair.
Yeah. And I think they're going to fly me out once, maybe twice, and then they're going to find a local guy there. That's my guess.
A local cuck.
Yeah,
local bull.
Local bull.
Local bull.
So, but if I can get a couple free trips to fucking St. Petersburg, wherever that is...
By Tampa.
I'll go.
Yeah, why not?
I'll go. They'll fly me out, put me up in my own room. I'll bang her a couple of times, and then I'll fly home. I'm an international fucking sex person.
Is it international?
Well, no, it's not international, but I'm a traveling.
I'm a traveling bull.
He's a
traveling bull, dude. You should put that on the resume.
Have bull will travel.
I've been making resumes. Well, I made one last week or whatever. First time I've made a resume and forever. And I've been reading other people's and stuff too. And wouldn't it be funny if that was on your resume, like traveling? But so and so for this long, so and so for this long. Other interests,
willing to travel.
Traveling bull
Must provide travel fees.
Yeah.
But they said, yeah, they'll cover everything. They said, we'll just fly out every couple of months, a few months.
Did you say first class?
No, because
that's not that couple.
That's not the Dom
Yeah,
thing. No,
yeah.
she just likes the way I bang. I guess I don't know, but I'll take a couple of free weekends.
You should tell the weird cucks this weekend or next weekend that you want to be helicoptered down to Lexington or Louisville next time.
I think I'd be scared of the helicopter ride.
You're such a pussy.
I'll take a plane. You want to fly me down, but those choppers are rough.
I think choppers are cooler.
They're cooler, but I think they'd be scarier to fly a long way in.
I don't know. I've never flew a long way. I've only done the.
I've done those.
I did the Cincinnati tour once when I was younger.
Yeah, I don't know if I don't know, but the whole thing is, I'll take. If I said to this couple, "Hey, I'm going to drive down to Lexington next time. I want you to put me up at a really nice hotel on a completely different floor than any hotel you're staying at." Blah blah blah. But I said, because my time is my own time, and I want you to give me some travel expenses. I guarantee they'd do it. I guarantee they would give me a couple $100 to go out on the town. I mean, they're willing to pay me fucking dinner or whatever.
Dude, I just got denied. Image First Healthcare Laundry Specialists don't want me.
You applied at that place?
Apparently. I don't remember doing it, but it makes it so easy on Indeed. All you do is hit this button after your resume is uploaded.
What does it say?
It says, unfortunately, Image First Healthcare Laundry Specialist has moved on to the next step of their hiring process, and your application was not selected at this time.
What was the job?
Fuck you guys. I don't know. I was probably driving around picking up dirty laundry or some shit. Some shit.
All right.
They didn't pick me, dude.
Well, yeah, so I'm a little bummed about the OC's leaving, but I got a year, and I might get a couple free trips out of it.
OC, I went straight to the Bengals. I'm like, he's leaving? He hasn't even started yet. God damn.
Hey, let's segue into sports.
I went to the Bengals
We got
practice
no
this week.
hit last night.
Yeah, well, that'll happen. The Reds aren't very good at hitting the ball.
We got no hit.
If you've seen our team average, we're not
I've
very
seen
good
the
at hitting
team
the ball.
average, but normally one of them gets a hit.
Yeah, we're all right. We got a bunch of mediocre home run talent. Like, you know what I mean? We got a bunch of guys that can hit in between like 10 and 25 home runs, but they all bat 220 and 230, and Ellie's really fast.
And it's like
That's
I
what the
got to
Reds
say
get right now.
about Willie Cunningham. He was dead on when he said just we're not doing fundamentals. I mean, we're getting picked off at first. They got that stupid, I don't know who's standing on third. Anytime the ball's hit, let's try to get home, and you're getting pegged every fucking time.
No, they're a super aggressive team. They play young.
It's David Bell's fault.
I don't
Stop
know.
it, guys. Don't do that anymore.
I have a weird thing with athletes in general when they're having like technique problems. It's like, you've been doing this for your whole life.
Yeah.
Like, I just couldn't imagine if I had been playing baseball since the time I was 5 to the time I was even young guys, 23. You'd think the basic fundamentals would be in there already.
Well, those are
You know
the
what I mean?
starters. The starters are generally.
Generally, but not really our team.
Well, no, because we're just nothing but young guys. That's all we are.
Yeah, the Reds are disappointing, but it's football season. Let's admit it. I mean, we had our first game was the last or 2 nights ago.
And
who gives a shit?
But who gives a shit? But boy, was it nice to see on TV.
Oh, great to see! And we got to see the new
Football.
kickoff thing. I got to see them practicing that at practice.
See,
I don't really understand.
I understand the onside kick rule. I get that.
Mm-hmm.
But the one thing I didn't understand, because they didn't explain it real well, was the swivel hip tackle. I don't really know what that is. They said you're not allowed to
hip drop tackle.
Swivel your hips and land on them.
It's the fucking Logan Wilson rule from last year. We finally got our own rule.
Well, explain the tackle, because I'm not exactly
it's
sure.
basically when you come up behind them, you grab them, and you just throw your legs out, and then use your whole body weight to pull them out.
Oh, that's that.
It's a hip drop tackle. You see a lot of linebackers using it. A lot of people use it for like if you're fucking trying to tackle Derrick Henry and you're a cornerback and you're coming from behind. You know what I mean? Like,
the obvious
it's a
point of
leverage
that
thing.
is you want to pull him backwards so he doesn't gain 4 yards when he falls forward.
Yeah, well, the problem is when they pull them backwards, they snap their legs and shit. So, I mean, that's what happened last year to Mark Ingram, or not Mark Ingram, but the tight end for fucking Baltimore. And that's basically what spurred the rule, was when Logan Wilson did it to him last year. He missed the rest of the year.
Well, his name is Mark.
Yeah, we can't go to his fucking name is. I'm retarded. Mark Andrews. As soon as that happened to him last year, they started making a big deal of it. They talked about it in the offseason, and now it's
I'm all for making him more safe, but I just don't want the game to turn into two-handed touch, you know?
Well, that one, apparently it doesn't get used as often as people think it is. You know, it was only used a couple times a game, stuff like that. I don't know. Right now, I don't give a shit about it. let's wait till mid-year when we're down by 3 and we do one of those tackles to save a thing and they call a fucking penalty and well, he's supposed to tackle him.
Well,
then I might get mad. But right now I don't give a shit.
We're going to the Super Bowl.
Right now I'm just excited.
There's no argument.
Yeah,
we
got
to the Super Bowl.
We got Eminem running the show down there, Slim Shiesty or whatever he's calling himself now. He looks fucking stupid.
He's the real Slim Shiesty.
Big blonde hair. You could see him from a mile away at practice though. Now
but I agree with Nate. If you look at him real fast, you see Dusty Rhodes.
Cody Rhodes.
Or Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, no, he looks exactly like Cody Rhodes right now.
Especially when in this one picture he had where his neck looked real big.
Well, he's got thicker this year anyways. He put on some muscle. That was his big off-season thing.
I'm a little worried. The experts are saying that the zip on the ball just doesn't seem to be there.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe he's not.
They're saying the ball's dying at the end.
I don't know. When you see it live, like that close too, because the practice you get to stand right there at the sideline, it looks perfect. But I don't.
Yeah,
I'm not an expert.
Well, they're saying that the balls look good, the spirals are tight, but it just looks like it's fluttering a little bit at the end. It's
and another thing, when you see them play their own defense, you don't know if it's a good play or your defense just fucked up. You don't know if you should be happy.
And you don't know if he's going all out 100% in practice.
Yeah. Well, the practice we went to, he only played the first series.
Did he?
Yeah, and then the Browning did the rest of it. So, but they said that was his half day. They're trying to ease him into it this year.
Well, we're going to the Super Bowl.
Chase just stands there, but he doesn't. Everybody is talking to him. He seems to be in a good mood. It's not like he's like, I know some other ones like Brandon Ayuk and a couple other people, they're out there making big deals and being pains in asses on the sideline where Chase is just all smiles.
Well, he got his deal.
Around.
He got his deal.
Who?
Chase.
Chase didn't get his deal. What are you talking
about? No, but he's going to based on the fact that Burrow is willing to take a pay cut to keep it.
He's going to get his deal, but he's not.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is he's not being snuffed by the Bengals, and they're saying you're not going to get your money. He's going to get his money.
But he's still not practicing. He's not even dressing or anything. Yeah. So that's weird, but it's not at the same time. I don't think it's a big deal.
They say T. Higgins is giving his all out there.
Higgins looked good. Who looked good was the Yoshi from last year, and Jones. Dude, Jones looked like a beast in practice.
Did he?
Yeah. So I'm excited for the
Well, you got lucky because apparently every day after the day you went, there's crazy long lines and you can't get in there.
No, there's crazy long lines every time.
Oh, there was when you were there?
I'm going late next time because it's pointless. People don't stick around for the whole time, so did people get turned away? I
don't know about that.
See, the first day, we waited in line for an hour. It took forever to go through it. It wrapped around. It went down all the way down the block and then went another block and then back around. So, the line was forever. We sat there.
Now, are there bleachers in there?
There was a set of bleachers that never did get full. And then you just stand all around the field. So that's the way it basically lines up. They said only 1,500 people can get in there, but that line looked like more than 1,500.
That was in the tent, right?
Huh? No.
None
of it's in the tent. It's on the field on the side.
Oh, okay.
You wait in that long-ass line. You finally get in. It's just a practice. It's nothing special. It's just a fucking practice, and you get to watch. At the very end, the player.
But I'm sure you're not allowed to do like autographs. Ask for autographs.
At the very end, every practice, a different position group comes over and signs autographs for everybody.
Oh, okay.
And even during the practice, McPherson came over a couple times, was signing autographs. That new punter guy that I don't even know will make the team, Austin McLemore, he was really going out of his way to sign shitloads of autographs and stuff.
Wants to become liked.
Well, honestly, the kickers and punters don't do much. You know what I mean? They do their little practice on the side, but theirs ends a little bit early. They got more standing around time.
So I heard that Mims got carted off?
Yeah, I believe that was just it's hot as fuck outside today.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, because he was back playing the next day.
Oh, thank
now,
God.
Sam Hubbard's been sitting out every week or every practice, so apparently he has a significant injury.
Well, last night Sam Hubbard went on stage with Luke Combs and shotgunned a beer.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And then Hendrickson hasn't been practicing as much, but again, these are veterans that don't need the practice. Yeah. They're just trying to stay healthy before the season starts.
I think in these practices, these rookies need as much time as they can get.
Now that one rookie, Jermaine Burton, who does look really good live, just fast as fuck, but he did get hurt, and that might be an issue. So
really, he got really.
I don't know what the injury was, but he got carted off, and he hasn't practiced.
Are they tackling full speed?
The practice I went to was no pads. There was no tackling at all. I seriously doubt they're.
Actually, I think now they're top pads and shorts.
I don't think they ever tackle full speed in practice. I don't think that's the.
No, they do eventually.
They'll hit, but they don't wrap and go through.
Oh no, they don't try to fucking kill you.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like they'll do a hit. I think because that was one thing. It's hard to notice from the practice what's good and what's not because like what do you got tackled? Who knows? You know what I mean? Like you could easily maybe bust that tackle, but you never know.
Well, I'm very, very, very optimistic. for the season.
They're winning the Super Bowl. Let's just
they
fucking wrap it up. They're winning the Super Bowl.
Done.
I mean, it's a done deal. I don't know why anybody's questioning.
Put your money on them right now.
You know, as far as I'm concerned, the Reds are going to come back and win the series. So, I mean.
Oh, without doubt. And you know why I know this for a fact?
Mm-hmm.
Because Gary told me.
Yeah, and then the Cincinnati Gays, the soccer team, they're, same thing.
FC?
Yeah.
They're losing ground.
No, they're going to win it all.
Okay.
Cincinnati's the best city ever. I don't know why anybody would question it.
And then, like the Celtics or something will say, we want to relocate to Cincinnati.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want the Celtics.
Well, some big, huge
I don't like any of their players that much. I don't think. I mean, I guess if they became my players, then I would like them.
Yeah.
I would just find myself liking
them.
them.
There's really not a lot of teams where I like more than one or two players.
Celtics are that's fine, but I don't even like one player on the Celtics. I mean, I don't dislike them, but I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I'm not a Jaylen Brown fan
or Tatum. I just don't care. Brown a little bit because he's always with really really hot girls.
He is,
and he was with my girl Angel Reese the other day, so. He might be banging that.
He could be.
She's a sweet angel, dude. She's a sweet, pretty angel.
I don't hate her. Like I said, I just think I hate. You and me disagree on that.
She does have moderate retard eyes. I will say that every once in a while I'll catch.
She's on the Olympic team, isn't she?
No,
she was an all-star.
They didn't let any of them on the Olympic
She was an
teams.
all-star. Yeah.
They got a little snotty with the Olympics, and that's probably why they. But they're still beating the shit out of everyone, so it don't matter.
Oh yeah, crushing.
Yeah, our girls basketball just.
I wanted to bet Puerto Rico today.
Oh yeah.
Against the U.S. men's team because I've never seen a spread that high.
Puerto Rico basketball?
Yeah.
Because there's no one over 5'9".
The spread was 38.5.
Yeah, dude, I mean,
they haven't covered. They didn't cover the South Sudan spread.
Did you see that photo of Wemby getting guarded by that 5'5" guy in China? That was hilarious. The dude literally came up to his dick.
I know. The game is over.
Did we win? Did we beat Puerto Rico?
I want to see if they covered. You talk amongst yourselves.
Talk amongst yourselves, guys. I don't really have much to add this week. Do we have an asshole?
I do.
Oh, you have an asshole? We better get to it. We're late in the show. Now,
I had told myself that I wasn't going to be doing any real betting until football season rolled around, but I wish I would have bet that. They only won by 20. The spread was 38.5.
They probably stopped trying.
That's what I figured they would do.
Yeah.
Because at one time they were up 28 in the third. I'm like, they can easily cover that if they want to, but they're not going to risk getting people hurt. Everyone's going to get a little playing time.
They're so funny to watch anyways when you watch them play these other teams. I mean, outside of a couple of teams that have some players, like they don't look.
Canada.
They're playing like street ball. It doesn't even look like they're trying. They're just luffed it up and they're going to come alley-oop it. Like it's just.
Well, and I don't think they'll play like basketball until they get a team that tests them.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's not many of them.
4-point game. Well, there is a few. There's
a couple, yeah, but
there's fucking Canada that's loaded with NBA players. There's fucking Spain.
There's a couple, but there's nothing.
Australia?
There's nothing comparable.
There isn't, and that's what I'm saying. They should just walk all over everybody. But like Canada is SGA and Dylan Brooks and a whole bunch of other guys that start in the NBA. So I mean, if they fucking laxed and they relaxed a little bit, they could get caught. They could get
Well, SGA
surprised.
can score like 40 points.
Every bit.
And Dylan Brooks can give a couple people scowls.
Yeah.
I mean,
look at these braids.
I'm fucking
these
tough.
braids
I
are
promise.
intimidating because they got them real tight on my
Promise.
head.
I mean, every time someone actually challenges me, I back down. But
oh, do I have an asshole?
Asshole it up.
And you know what? It's funny because I don't have any Uber assholes this week. It was nothing like that. And I've said this asshole over and over the years. I've mentioned it. But this week, it was just a capper. My asshole is anybody, and I'm lumping everyone in this time, who drives a big rig for a living. I hate them all.
I'm thinking about it.
Well, I'll hate you. I told you, they go by you in bad weather. They smother your fucking windshield with snow and ice and everything
That's
you
not
can't see.
their fault.
It is. The conditions aren't good. The rest of us can't go 80.
Oh,
okay?
Sorry about your luck.
Go to the other lane. Okay, so here's my asshole this week. Never been so fucking mad. I'm downtown driving Uber, cruising around, and this you'll see where it's a melt. So I'm driving around, and I'm on fucking 5th Street, and there's a hard-on in a fucking full-size semi that's getting ready to deliver to a hotel or restaurant and something like that. And he's going to back it into this loading dock. But in order to do that, he has to completely block off all the fucking traffic on 5th Street. And I couldn't turn another way because there was a car in front of me, car behind me. I sat there for 15 fucking minutes. And this is another reason why I hate the backer inners. Because if he could have just pulled forward and parked on the street, but he didn't. And he just said, you know what? He basically said, all of the 100 cars that I'm about to stop for 15 minutes, fuck you is what he said.
Yeah, but you do realize they got
fuck you is what he said.
They got loading docks they back up to, right?
I realized that.
What choice did he have?
Fuck him. Okay. He turned and took his own sweet time back into this fucking loading dock, and all of us sat there for 15 fucking minutes.
Yeah.
And we couldn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
And when it was over, could he have done a fucking decent thing and just said, sorry guys, waved? Fuck no.
I mean,
he didn't do any of that.
I would like it better if he was just like,
I would have more respect for him.
Well,
but the whole point is now it's truckers and backer inners because he's a backer inner trucker. 15 fucking minutes, dude.
Okay.
What I'm saying is, I think a really good truck driver could have got in there in about 3.
You could be right about that.
15 fucking minutes.
I will say that the guy didn't have a choice. You those things you back up to the loading dock. That happens all the time on Worcester. It drives me fucking nuts too. But they don't. I don't.
Asshole.
It sucks. I hate the way the situation sucked. That is part of the reason why when I mentioned that I was thinking about getting a CDL and becoming a truck driver, that's part of the reason why I don't want to, is because the anxiety that would give me if I had to block a street and everybody's waiting on me to back in, and a lot of times they don't got much wiggle room. It's actually impressive a lot of times how they do that.
Yeah. It's a skill.
Yeah, I would fucking have an anxiety attack full on. So that's part of the reason why I'm like holding off on that.
Every eye in those cars was right on him.
Oh, of course, as they should be.
Fucking
because
asshole.
I mean, believe me, I understand that he had no choice. The argument that he could have been better at a job and done it faster, maybe I don't.
Or maybe he could have done it at a time that wasn't fucking rush hour.
But you definitely, again, you might not have a choice there. You deliver when you know, maybe he was supposed to be there 2 hours earlier and he hit fucking heavy traffic on the way from wherever he was
caused by other truck drivers. Asshole truck drivers, all of you. Now, that doesn't count if you drive a little box truck or something, a U-Haul size truck.
See, that's what I'm looking for is the box truck. That's what that dirty medical laundry job was.
I had that job. I delivered bread in one of those.
Yeah, those are fine.
Fucking great job.
Yeah. So that's what I'm looking for. I mean, I'm scared. Like
a job. It's a chore. I mean, you work hard. I mean, you're sweaty when you're done.
Yeah. That sucks. Yeah, I ain't trying to work hard.
Because you got a lot of fucking stops to make and not a lot of time to do it. So they're all assholes. All truck drivers, assholes, and especially assholes. And I'm not this. I always said, hey, this doesn't count for my buddy fucking Sean Horner. It counts for you this time. Anyone who has the CDL and drives the truck, fuck you. Well, not fuck you because that's the next segment. You're an asshole.
You're an asshole. I'll just throw
15 minutes, dude.
I'll just throw out an asshole real quick. And this isn't like a new thing that happened, but I'm hearing it more and more because he's now our vice president candidate for Trump, JD Vance. Hey, asshole, you're not from Appalachia. You're from Middletown. That's not Appalachia. If you looked at the fucking map, you're not anywhere close to the Appalachian Mountains in Middletown. You're closer to Dayton. Just tell everyone you're from fucking Dayton, Ohio. Knock it off. You're not Appalachian. Go fuck yourself.
Appalachians are what? West Virginia?
Yeah, Eastern Ohio becomes Appalachia eventually.
And then goes into Virginia.
But, like Athens, like far to fuck. Not Middletown.
Yeah.
Middletown's in between Dayton and Cincinnati. That's not Appalachia, dude.
Another thing I don't like about him.
You're white trash. You can claim white trash. That's fine.
You can claim inbred.
I mean, you're not. You went to Harvard and shit. But that area has a lot of white trash around it, but you're not Appalachian.
And here's another question. Speaking of JD Vance, is he allowed to call his Indian wife a woman of color? I'm just because I don't know the rules.
Yeah, I think anybody.
I thought woman of color was considered black.
Anybody that's not white is a woman of color.
Okay, because it's a big thing on his. I'm married to a woman of color.
Is he married to an Indian lady?
Indian lady.
Oh, I didn't know that. I don't know much about the guy, honestly. And the more I read about the guy, the more he doesn't really fit into a simple box. Actually, he's pretty pro-union with a lot of his stuff that he's done. Like, he's a weird kind of Republican, but
he's a smart young guy.
He's still. He's a dangerous type because he's still going to fall into whatever favors him. I mean, the guy hated Trump a couple of years ago. And
make no mistake. JD Vance's goal in life is to become president.
Yeah, that's his only goal. And people are worried about qualified. I don't know exactly what this guy did. He wrote a book. He's a lawyer.
Now he gets up to the level. Before he was at the level where he could actually stand by what he believes in to a point. Now he's at the level I got to play the game now.
But here's the thing, dude.
I got to play the money game. I got to play the fucking.
This guy has been given the keys to the kingdom And you know what I mean? Like Trump has pretty much chose him as his successor by making him the vice president.
Yeah.
Even though he does already talk shit about it. Like, they asked Trump what he, about JD Vance, why'd you pick him? He goes, the vice presidents don't really do anything. It's a meaningless position. And what he's doing is trying to shit on Kamala because he's running against a vice president. But in the meantime, it does shit on his own people.
Yeah.
But that's why Trump's awesome to a certain extent.
Well, the whole point is that, is it going to, when Trump can't run anymore, is it going to be a bunch of Vancers going around?
Yes. I think that's what I mean. As the keys to the kingdom, I
don't think anyone could get to the level of Trumpness.
No, you're probably right about that. But there is going to be someone that succeeds him. You know what I mean? And a lot of people thought it was going to be that governor from Florida.
Yeah.
But he started too early, and Trump didn't like it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? He challenged Trump too early while Trump still wanted to be president. If he would have waited it out, or maybe just made his way to the fucking vice president role by just sucking his dick the whole time, he probably would have the keys to the kingdom. Because that's the thing, is he has such a loyal following, and obviously he's done in 4 years regardless.
How about if Trump came to you and said, hey, suck my dick, I'll make you vice president candidate?
I wouldn't suck Trump's dick to be a vice president. Ew.
That's the keys to the kingdom.
That's not a kingdom I want keys to. I'm not interested. Now, I know some people might do it.
I want you to suck my dick one time, and then you'll be vice president.
Well, I think my best friend's uncle would do it, but or not my best friend, but my friend's uncle would do it. But normal people, no, it's not that important.
Well, truck drivers, you're assholes. JD Vance, you too.
JD Vance, you're an asshole. I mean, we could get more and more now. JD Vance.
Why would you lie and claim to be like an inbred hillbilly? You know what I'm saying?
And all he does in that whole book is shit on hillbillies. I've read it. It's right over here.
That's like a guy that went to Harvard saying, yeah, I was strung out on meth for 20 years. Now look where I am now.
Well, literally all he does in that fucking book is shit on poor people. And now all of a sudden he's like their hero. It makes no fucking sense. The world makes no sense, but who gives a shit? Did you see Trump though at that black reporters?
Yes.
That was awesome.
It was awesome.
I want to hate him. It's so hard sometimes because I'll never vote for him, but it's hard for me to hate him.
Because he's funny.
He's hilarious, dude. He called them out for being late to the fucking meeting. He called him out for the way they talked to him.
And one woman basically told him, why are you here? This is a black reporters. You're not welcome here.
See,
or
you
something like
invited
that.
me.
Yeah. Hey, but the first thing out of his mouth after that was, is this run by ABC? Because I consider them a fake news.
That's what he said. Now that's some bullshit. Who cares about that? That's just his funny talking points.
Yeah.
But the honesty at the beginning of the fucking reporters being late, the way that she didn't even say hello to him before she started attacking him, and
I was waiting for him to say something stupid like, I'm here to help you people.
Well, he did. You people. No, but he did stick to. He's like, I've been the best president for blacks since Abraham Lincoln.
A lot of blacks won't deny that.
I don't know why.
He's got a lot of black votes.
No, he's got a lot of black votes, but that's not technical. I mean, you've had some people make some gigantic steps in that time.
Yeah, you have. You have.
We've got rid of segregation in that time. He didn't do it. You know what I mean? I think there's some more important people in the.
But. All right, I'll do that to my fuck you.
But either way, it just cracked me up the way it went, and the way he called him out, and then he started getting on the Kamala's not even black thing, and at that point, it's like, he's not right, but it like takes such balls to go in front of a giant room full of media.
Kamala
black people
claims like 10 things.
Well, she's 2 things.
Well, she claims Jewish. She claims Indian.
She don't claim Jewish.
She converted, I think.
Her husband's Jewish, but she doesn't claim to be a member of the tribe.
But she claims to know what it's like to be a Jewish person.
Well, she knows, like I know what it's like
to be
a black person.
She's married to an extremely wealthy Jewish person. You know what I'm saying? She's not married to some local rabbi who's getting fucking
no, but he's still Jewish. I don't care. But
I'm saying, you can't claim it all.
I don't think she does. I think she claims to be Indian and black because she's Indian and black. Her dad's a Jamaican. Her mom's
I heard her say,
Indian or whatever.
I represent black people. I represent Indians. I represent Jewish people.
Well, represents one thing because you're supposed to represent everybody.
Yeah, but
I ain't going to sit here and argue for Kamala. She's a cop.
All right, well, let's go to fuck you because I got one.
Yeah, well, let's just end it with some fuck yous.
All right, my fuck you is Kamala Harris. And because of something she did the other day, and she went on TV.
Are we saying that right? I don't think it's Kamala.
Kamala?
Kamala.
You think it's Kamala?
I think that's the way she wants it to pronounce.
Well, whatever.
Yeah, I don't care.
That's like so many, like...
I don't care. She's gone. All
right, here's the deal. I'm not a Trumper.
No.
I'm not a Kamala person. But I thought she said something the other day that was so fucking stupid, and I realized she probably had to do it. She went on TV and basically challenged Trump to a debate.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, she went on there and she was trying to relate to the normal people. She's like, you talk the talk, Donald. Let's see if you can walk the walk. Kamala, you're terrible with words. And as dumb as he is and the stupid shit that comes out of his mouth, he is going to chew you up and spit you out in a public debate. You're not good enough with words. You say stupid things and then you recant them the next day, like the border thing. You've never been to the border. Well, I've never been to Europe either. What? You don't know how to talk intelligently. He doesn't either. But the fact that he's got that edge, he is going to absolutely fucking mop you up in a debate. And you're going to make him look smart, especially after you went on TV and said, come on, Donald, I'm right here. Let's fucking debate. You're a fucking idiot. Fuck you.
I don't know. I'm starting to think Kamala might win. There just seems to be this weird surge of popularity with her that don't make sense to me because I don't remember anybody ever liking her before, and she hasn't really gave us a reason to like her now. I mean, outside of just
she's female,
not being Donald Trump, and
not being Trump. That's
That's about all she has to offer. I don't think I'm going to vote for her. I still think I'm voting for RFK Jr. Yeah, I guess I'll do my fuck you out to a podcast that Matt recommended me a while back called Behind the Bastards. All right, and this podcast basically takes like a lot of times people from history and does a deep dive in how shitty they were. You know what I mean? Different things.
Cool thought.
Well, it is a cool thought, and I like the show. But this week, they're super libby too. They're super liberals, which is fine. For the most part, so am I. But you're
not Matt liberal though.
We have similar. We see different.
Matt hangs off the left wing.
We're similar in a lot more ways than you probably think. But I definitely fall right on some things that he definitely doesn't. So yeah, right. I'm more independent probably than Matt is as far as going in the middle. Anyhow, so what the fuck was I talking about?
You were talking about we were talking your fuck you is going to be
fuck you. Oh yeah. All right, back to it. So this week they did and it was a 4-part series, and they did it on RFK Jr. All right, and everybody knows that's who I've been kind of leaning towards for the election, even though he has no fucking chance in hell. Just cause, at least it's not the other two, and I don't have any guilt.
They're the only two that have any.
And from what I've heard so far in his interviews and stuff, I like him. The guy, he tends to make sense, whatever. So this podcast basically was an attempt to just tear him down. And it was 4 episodes just to make him... They didn't make him look bad until the 4th episode. This whole time, I'm liking him more and more. This guy spent his childhood taking acid and hanging out with dead cows, feeding his hawk. He's a crazy person, dude. He's done so much crazy stuff. They're saying his brainworm or whatever is because he went to live in South America and ate bushmeat for a while. He was homeless on purpose for a while.
Really?
Basically trying to... He was a Kennedy, so he wanted to feel something other than that. But then he also uses it to his advantage a lot too, which he wouldn't. But either way, this guy lived a crazy fucking life, and the whole time I'm just thinking, he cheats on his wife, does shit like that.
That's a Kennedy thing.
I don't give a fuck about that. That's not my problem politically. I still agree with his politics, and it looks like to me he got all sorts of experience throughout the fucking world doing crazy shit, and that's the kind of person I want. I want the guy that did acid in a pile of dead cows while he was feeding his hawk. That's what I want, because that guy's lived a weird fucking life and maybe seen a bunch of different perspectives. But then they go into the 4th episode how he was big and preaching anti-vax things to, I believe it was New Guinea or something like that. And the government stopped giving out the vax for a little while.
And they all died.
And then a shitload of them died. So he's technically responsible for a lot of death. So when they hit that 4th episode, I'm like, ooh.
And they're like, ooh, smart American telling us don't take the shot. And then
Kennedy,
they all die.
Yeah, Kennedy. They were all like, oh, this guy's, and then that, whatever, I don't forget what country it was, but it was some little shit country. Died. Yeah. A shitload of kids died from not doing it. So,
and then he goes, oops.
Sorry. So yeah, fuck you though for trying to ruin my vote. I'm still going to vote for him. Fuck those kids. All right, we got to go.
You kindly fuck off now. Please subscribe and share. Well, you can kindly fuck off now. Subscribe and share. Fuck off. Fuck off.